On the 16th of September 1915 in southwest China, Methodist missionary Samuel Pollard passed away after contracting typhoid from a dying child he had nursed with the same illness. His untimely demise at the age of 51 brought to an end his remarkable missionary work in China that had, up to that time, spanned 27 years. A deeply committed Christian and a very determined man, Samuel was passionate about helping the poor, the needy and disadvantaged throughout the part of China to which he had been assigned. This incredible man's journey began in 1887, when he travelled by sea along with his friend Frank Diamond to China. Following a 6-month training regime at the main Chinese missionary centre in Ganking, where the two friends began wearing Chinese dress, including a pigtail, as well as learning the language. They then set off for Yuma province in southwest China. Their initial journey involved travel up the Yangtze River, where in places they negotiated fierce rapids, and on one occasion their boat capsized and the two men lost most of their baggage. After travelling 1,500 miles upstream, they set off on foot with one pony between them, on which they took it in turns to ride to the mission house at Zartong. Samuel kept a detailed diary of his time, and extracts have been published in the book Eyes of the Earth, in which he describes China at the turn of the 19th century. He was shocked by the poor conditions of the mission and also the poverty, dirtiness and general decay of this part of China, where drudgery and hard labour were all part of everyday life. In 1891, Sam married Emmy Hange, a missionary nurse who he had met several years before at the Mission Training Centre in Ganking. They went on to have 3 sons, and the picture depicts Sam, his wife and their firstborn child. During his time in this area, Sam travelled extensively around the province. From 1897 to 1904, Sam's missionary efforts were focused on anyone who would listen, holding services often in the open air, in a town centre or a village marketplace. As his reputation spread, many hundreds of people attended his services, and it is recorded as many as 3,000. Sam was a talented linguist and was able to converse in the local dialect and Mandarin, and he developed the Mao script to help the people to read in their own language. This became known as the Pollard script and is still in use to this day. Sam also translated much of the New Testament into this script before he died. During his 27 years, Sam travelled many thousands of miles, mostly on foot, arranging the building of more than 100 churches, hospitals and schools in isolated villages and towns. Sam soon became renowned for his missionary work with the people who lived in the mountainous area next to Yunnan province. In 1904, Sam was approached by a group of these poor, downtrodden people who asked him to help them and to teach them about Jesus. As the days progressed, more and more people came and refused to return to their villages until Sam agreed to come and help them. Eventually, Sam founded a missionary centre with a church, a school and a small hospital in a mountain village known as Stone Gateway. Many centres of learning and culture and Sam's grave were destroyed during the Cultural Revolution in China between 1966 to 1976. However, in 1985, the Chief Secretary of the province told his officials about the good work that Samuel Pollard had performed, educating people and developing a script so that people could become literate in their own language. The Secretary encouraged his officials to follow Sam's example in caring for disadvantaged people. He also ordered that Sam's grave be reinstated. The work that Samuel Pollard performed throughout his time in China has been honoured by the Chinese people, and his name lives on. the Samuel Pollard Institute, a co-educational school, and the naming of a building at the Hopkins Nanjing Combined University Centre. The Samuel Pollard building was dedicated in 2007. Samuel Pollard was born in Camelford, North Cornwall, in the Bible Christian Manse on Victoria Road in 1864, leaving the area during the 4th year of his life, and it was there, on the 15th of November 2014, a group of 25 people gathered together to witness the unveiling of a blue plaque to Samuel's memory, and to remember his sterling missionary work, delivering help, education and spreading of the gospel to the poor, needy and disadvantaged people of China.